a mess.
What are you doing?
How dare you? You piece of shit. How dare you?
You need to stop.
No.
You need to leave
call
them
the
alone.
cops.
You call the cops.
This is
Call
your bull. The cops.
You're
You ruining this
What are you
neighborhood.
doing, Sharon? Call the cops.
I am gonna call the cops.
This lady actually looks like she's both homeless and an entitled rich lady. Like, how is that even possible? On top of that, yeah, the same thing kind of happened to me the other day.
Cocaine in your bitch brain. I make it rain when my bitch say no pain when my mom say.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your favorite storytime YouTuber here, 321 Stories, and today I'm gonna be telling you the story of how I actually did powdered sugar while losing my V card to my next door neighbor's dog. I apologize. Bestiality is actually a problem. Don't take my intro serious. I have a very dark sense of humor. I apologize for the intro. But yeah, today's video is gonna be a pretty chill video. I'm kind of sick right now, as you can probably tell by my voice and how I'm speaking. So yeah, if I do mutter or mess up throughout this video, I do apologize. I'm gonna try to do my best throughout this video, and I'm gonna try to make this video as quick as possible because I feel kind of nauseous, and I have a bit of a headache, as well as I do have to do some homework today before I pass out because I feel kind of sick. Today's video is going to be about Darren's, or Karen's in particular. It's going to be a video about a experience I had this weekend, and I haven't done a story time in a really long time. Any of you real ones probably remember back in the day when I used to do stories. But yeah, might as well get into the main reason why a lot of you guys clicked on the video. My worst Karen experience, or the worst Karen ever, exclamation mark, in quotes. Gone wrong, she bit my toe off. I'm joking. To start the story all off, this past weekend, or this past Saturday night, I had some really terrible sleep anxiety. I was pretty much up all night with really terrible sleep anxiety, and usually sleep anxiety for me isn't like it is for everyone else. I feel like a lot of people get really panicked and like they just like freak out or run in circles or scream a lot, or like, you know, get really freaked out with anxiety. But I'm a very chill person, so that's sleep anxiety for me, or just anxiety in general for me, is more or less way more relaxed. I just get kind of paranoid. It's not like I'm running in circles or screaming or yelling. It's just like I feel like I'm in like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm usually really relaxed when even in my worst moments. That's why my name is Trustchill, because like I'm a very chill person even in like my worst moments. I usually know how to handle hard situations pretty decently well. And after texting a couple of my friends, and after being up for like 5 hours, and just calming down after like texting and talking to a few of my good friends, I ended up like going back to sleep. And it was pretty hard to go back to sleep, but I ended up like fully passing out. And I remember just waking up till my mom walking in my room, and she was like, why aren't you ready? We have to go, because we had an event to go to at like 10 a.m. So I remember her like yelling at me. She's like, why aren't you up? Why aren't you ready to go? And me being on 4 hours of sleep, and I'm a pretty real person. I pretty much just looked at my mom and I was like, yeah, I was up till 5 a.m. with a terrible sleep anxiety. And essentially immediately my mom kind of just calmed down a bit. She was a bit more relaxed. She looked back up at me and she was like, okay, we have to leave in 15 minutes, so get ready. And essentially I've been late to my charter school a couple different times, so I'm kind of used to, you know, being late to things here and there. So, you know, I pretty much just took a 5-minute shower, got some nicer clothes on, got my Vans on, and just grabbed my earbuds and got in the car. And then we ended up going to the event, getting some food afterwards, heading home, and everything's going pretty chill, right? Like, it wasn't really that bad of a day. I was on 4 hours of sleep, so it was really hard to be productive. But my mom ended up calling me down, and we ended up talking about a couple things. And then she after we finished talking, she was like, oh, we should go driving, because you know, I haven't gone driving in like a month, because I'm extremely busy with school. And then when I'm not busy with school, I'm usually editing or playing video games and grinding out for COD clips, or, you know, just other clips in general. So I ended up agreeing, because I haven't driven in weeks, and you know, me being a low life gamer, you know, I barely ever go outside or go driving or do anything like that. So, you know, I'm like, okay, fine, we can go driving. So we end up going driving, and we drive around my neighborhood a couple times just so I can get warmed up to the car. And then my mom was like, you want to go out of the neighborhood and go drive on an actual road, because there's this one road near my house that goes through a couple different neighborhoods, and you know, it's kind of like a curvy road, and it's good for just practicing driving in general. So my mom was like, yo, you want to go down this one road and try to drive there, because I've never driven on an actual road with you before. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine, I'll try my best. And, you know, I'm a pretty good driver. I'm a pretty chill and relaxed person. And usually I take things pretty slow. And then once I get really good at, like, sniping or whatever I'm, you know, getting good at, I try to take them a lot faster. And you know, I try to be the best. But usually I'll take things pretty slow at first so I can learn a skill, and learn how to control a skill to the best of my ability. So I'm pretty decent at driving. We start driving down this one road, and you know, everything is going great, right? Like, you know, I'm just starting to enjoy driving. You know, everything's just going beyond great, right? Like, you know, I'm just talking to my mom a little bit, and we get down to the point of this road where there's this little circle area in this one neighborhood where I can kind of just turn around and then go down the road that I can take directly back to my house, right? And I end up turning in this direction, and you know, I end up heading directly back on the main road. So I'm on the main road for like 10 seconds, and I'm just starting to enjoy driving. Of course, I'm driving a little bit too slow. I was probably like 10 miles under the speed limit. I think the speed limit was like 30, 35, and I was probably going like 20, 25 miles an hour. I wasn't going too fast. You know, I'm a student driver though. I'd rather take it kind of slow. You know, if someone's going slow on the road, you should probably just, you know, go in front of them, or, you know, I'm not going to go super fast. Like I said, I don't think there's any problem with going a little bit under the speed limit if you're learning how to drive. And I'm not going to go above the speed limit right now, because, you know, I'm just trying to get used to the car, right? So without thinking, I'm just going a little bit too slow on this road. And you know, 10 seconds passed by after I had turned out of this little area and been on the main road. And out of nowhere, some dude just cuts directly into the other lane of traffic, which you're not supposed to go in that lane of traffic, because I think it was a solid yellow line, because it was a two-direction road where one direction on one lane of the road cars were going this way, and on the other lane of the road they were going the opposite way. And the funniest part is I didn't even hear this car either. So this car just speeds into the lane of road that you're not supposed to go in, and then he gets back into our lane and he stops his car. And at this point I'm kind of confused. I'm like, why did this dude just stop his car? And you know, me being kind of puzzled, I'm like, I kind of like smoothly slam on the brakes, because this dude's like 5-10 feet in front of me at this point when he stopped his car. And I just kind of stopped my car and kind of like slowly slam on the bullet brakes. And you know, this dude was a bit of an idiot too, because, you know, if I wasn't a good enough driver, I would have maybe ran into him, right? But you know, typical Darren, not really thinking about what's about to happen. Especially, like, this was an actual road. Like, there's actual cars going down this road. Get me now. Like, why would you just stop your car in the middle of a road? Like, typical Darren behavior, right? So I'm kind of confused. I'm a very relaxed person, and I'm on 4 hours of sleep. Get me not. So, you know, I'm in my most relaxed mood ever. Dude gets out of his car, and he's wearing the typical hat. He looks really pissed off. He looked like the typical dude that would beat me up for talking to his daughter. Like, and I didn't really think too much of it. He starts approaching my car, and I'm like, at this point I'm kind of like, what the hell? Why is this dude approaching my car, right? So this dude approaches our car, and he starts doing the roll your windows down right now, and this dude looks pissed. So, you know, I'm like, does this dude want money? Does this dude want money? Did his car break down? Like, what's going on? So eventually I end up looking him directly in the eyes, and at this point I can tell this dude's pissed off. So he's doing like the roll down your windows right now, and I'm like, what the hell? So my mom puts her arm in front of me, and I'm kind of look back at my mom, and I'm like, I remember looking at her and saying, like, you don't need to protect me, because I thought she was like trying to protect me because she was scared of this dude. And I remember looking at her, I'm like, you don't need to protect me, there's nothing's gonna happen, because like I said, I'm a very relaxed person. And this dude looked at me, and as soon as he looked at me in the eyes, he realized I was a 16-year-old kid. And this dude starts yelling at my mom, and he's like, teach your kid how to drive right. Your kid is going 20 in a 30. What is your kid doing? Teach your kid how to drive fast. But yeah, you proceed to yell at my mom, tell her that she's not teaching me the right way to drive because I'm driving slower than normal because I'm learning how to drive, get me not. And then you proceed to yell at me, and yeah, just you proceed to make yourself look like an asshole. And I don't think me or my mom said anything back. We were kind of just in this like in the moment state where we didn't really say anything. We kind of just like looked at him, and this dude just kind of proceeds to, after he stops yelling at my mom after like 30 seconds, he proceeds to get in his car. He proceeds to then close his car door, and he proceeds to drive away. With all that being said, I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the love and support on the videos. Yeah, it's been your boy. I don't actually have a funny outro today, so yeah, it's been your boy.